What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 177. And we start today's episode off with some player training, and as I advance a couple more days in the calendar and we approach the end of the January transfer window, we receive confirmation here on the 27th of the month that Leon Bailey has signed for Manchester City for £85 million, and Kai Havertz, the captain, has left the armband in the dressing room and put pen to paper at Real Madrid. I can't believe he's decided to abandon us. Captain here at Bayer Leverkusen, he's had a really decent season, but he saw the bright lights of the Bernabeu and is off to Madrid for £133 million. And I'm absolutely gutted about it as well, because yes, this season in the Bundesliga, we've only just broken in to the top four. But despite that being the case, we're only a few points off Bayern Munich, who lead the way in the league. In the Champions League, we're into the round of 16, and in the DFB Pokal, we're into the quarterfinals. There's still a chance, technically, we could win a treble this season, as unlikely as that is. But Kai said, you know what, I don't want to be here no more, I want to go to Real Madrid. So he's off to the Bernabeu. I'm happy about the Bailey signing going through, because for £85 million, I think we've just fleeced Man City there. Leon's had a really tough season for us, yet score a goal all season long. And at 29 years old, that fee is way over his market valuation. That's a really good sale. But for Kai to go for the release clause of £133 million, absolutely gutted about it. The captain says farewell. And I'll tell you this right now, I think that Kai has made a mistake. I think he should have stayed. I really, really do. I think he should have stayed here as captain at Leverkusen. They won't love you in Madrid like they love you here at the Bayer Arena, Kai. Gutted he's gone. But it does mean, as we combine the two sales together, we've got just under £200 million to spend before the January transfer window slams shut. So every cloud has a silver lining. Yes, we're gutted to let us see the captain leave, but with a big transfer fee for him coming in, and combined with Leon Bailey's £85 million as well, that's a lot of money to work with before the transfer window slams shut, as we also reject this bid here for Lunin from PSG. I'm not letting our Ukrainian number one go, as well as Bailey and Havertz as well. So following the two big sales there and transfer deadline day right around the corner, I decided to reinvest that money straight away on bringing in the replacement for Kai and also Leon Bailey as well. And there were tons of players that I had on my shortlist here that we could sign as replacements for the captain and for our Jamaican winger as well. As you can see, loads of CMs that we were looking at here that we didn't get after the sale of Benica, but also loads of cams that I put on the shortlist as well, including Robin, who looks really good from Valencia, Jonathan David, Thiago Almada, also Yari playing for Man City as well, but also Rodrigo of Real Madrid, 89 rated, 26-year-old winger, so the same overall as Bailey, yet 3 years younger. And whilst Real Madrid met the release clause for Kai of £133 million, oh, Real Madrid, you think you stole someone from us on the cheap? Well, you should have been looking at your own chickens before you came to our coop and plucked our rooster away, because Rodrigo only has a £33.4 million release clause. And when I saw that and I put him on the shortlist, I said to Real Madrid, it's payback time, bitches. You take my captain, I'm taking your Brazilian. Rodrigo for £33 million. You're having a laugh. £33 million. I'm sorry, Real, but if you're going to take my captain and not let me have a say in it, I'm going to do the same to you. So for Rodrigo, we offer him a contract straight away after meeting that release clause of 250 grand a week on a 1.5 mil sign-on bonus on 5 years as well. And Rodrigo decides to come to the Bayer Arena and take over as our new starting right winger in place of Leon Bailey. So I'm absolutely buzzing about this signing. This is £50 million, 52 million actually. In fact, you want to be specific, it's £51.6 million cheaper than what we sold Leon Bailey to for Manchester City. But he's 3 years younger, yet the same overall as well. And we consider how much Bailey struggled this season. I've got to say, this is an amazing replacement for the Jamaican. Absolutely perfect guy to come in and replace him on the right-hand side of our wing. He's absolutely rapid. He's got amazing technical stats. Can play on either side of the wing, and a striker as well with 4-star skill moves and the flair trait too. Yes, we're sad that Kai has gone. We were wiping away those tears pretty quickly with Bayer Leverkusen shirts with number 9 and Rodrigo on the back of it. Rodrigo is in. He takes Bailey's number, and I've got to say, I think that is an amazing replacement there. Again, it's £51.6 million cheaper than Bailey, yet he's 3 years younger. We know Leon struggled this season, and again, because the fee was so cheap, just £33 million, we still got £150 million left in our budgets. There's still a ton of money remaining in our transfer budget, even after signing 89 rated Rodrigo. Real Madrid think they've just fleeced us, or we fleeced them double time. Rodrigo comes in, and I'm absolutely buzzing about it, man. I think he's going to be a much better player than Bailey this year, and I think he'll get a lot more goals, considering Leon didn't score a single one this season. But with £150 million still in the budget, we had our replacement for our Jamaican winger. Now it's time to find our replacement for Kai Havertz. I had loads of names on the shortlist here I was looking at, including Thiago Almada and also Yari as well. I think that Robin, young man, looks good from Valencia right now as well. But Jonathan David is a player that I've really wanted to try out in this year's FIFA. I haven't used him before, but right now he's playing for Chelsea. He's valued at £56 million, 27 years old, 88 rated, and the chief exec suggested we could get him for just over his valuation. That's exactly what we did. We paid £62.5 million plus a cheeky little 10% sell-on clause as well, as we negotiated this very good deal with Frank Lampard, offered him a new contract here, and as you'll see, Jonathan David swaps Stamford Bridge for the Bayer Arena, swaps London for Leverkusen, and becomes our replacement for Kai Havertz. And whilst Rodrigo is a step up from Leon Bailey, I'm not sure David is a step up from Kai Havertz. He's the same age at 27 years old, but he's 4 ratings lower. However, out of the options that were there on the shortlist, I think he represented the best value for money deal, and I think also as well, he's a sort of player that we'd really like here at this Leverkusen side. So I think he'll score goals as well as set them up, and his key stats, 99 sprint speed, 96 acceleration, 92 agility, 91 jumping, 90 stamina. Physically, we like our physical players, and this guy's got great physicality as well. So Jonathan David comes in. He will replace Kai Havertz in this team. Whether he's as good as Kai, I'm not sure, but high medium work rates, amazing physical stats, and a 5-star week for it too, with 91 ball control and the flair trait added to his game too. I haven't used him in this year's FIFA. I'm very excited to try him out, and I think playing behind Ivan Toney, you know, Kai this season was a great teammate for Ivan. He set a lot of Ivan's goals up this season. Whether Jonathan's going to be just as good, I'm not entirely sure. But again, the fee we agreed, £62.5 million. In my opinion, that's an absolute bargain when you think about it as well. David and Rodrigo coming in for a combined total of around £95 million. That's only £10 million extra than what we got for selling Leon Bailey. So when you think about it, I mean, we had a bit of money left over anyway before we'd sold Kai and Leon. Combine those fees together, and it's only £10 million more than what we got for Leon Bailey. We got a world-class cam and a world-class winger in for around the same fee as what we sold for a Jamaican winger that hadn't scored a single goal all season long. Never mind the Kai Havertz transfer fee, and because of that as well, we still got a lot of money remaining in our budget before deadline day slammed shut. So even after the signing of Rodrigo and Jonathan David, and an 89 rated winger and an 88 rated cam, we've still got money left in our budget before transfer deadline day is over to bring in one more, or perhaps even 2 more really good players as well. So yes, we're gutted that Kai has gone. I'm not too sad about Leon Bailey going, but when you think about the replacements that have come in for them and money left over as well, I think we're going to be totally fine. So for our first and only game of today's episode here, we will take on Borussia Mönchengladbach away at Borussia Park in a huge game in the Bundesliga where, once again, we've dropped down to 5th place as RB Leipzig win their game prior to this one. This was our game in hand, and we would see the debuts of JD and Rodrigo as well. How would our 2 new boys get on in their first game for the club, and could we get back into the top 4 with a win here? Well, we knew it was going to be difficult against a very good Mönchengladbach side, and they had the first chance of the game as well. This would be an amazing goal there, with that shot going just over the bar and behind for a goal kick, but 13 minutes in, still 0-0. We have a golden chance to take the lead, and we should have done so as well, but oh, can you believe it? One hero denies another. Paolo Gazzaniga stops Ivan Toney from getting his 14th goal of the season. Great save by the best goalkeeper of all time, turning that shot onto the crossbars. It's still 0-0 before Kurzweg fired that effort just wide of the post. But after the early shot from Mönchengladbach, it was all by Leverkusen. We got out of the gate really quickly in this game, and in the 27th minute, a golden chance to make it 1-0, and we should have done so, and it should have been a debut goal for our new number 9. Ollie Shaw rolls it across to Rodrigo. And oh man, oh man, oh man. I know you can sometimes have opening day, opening game, debut nerves, if you will. But how Rodrigo missed the target from there, I do not know. Puts it wide of the post, fails to hit the target and even test Paolo Gazzaniga. It should have been a debut goal for the Brazilian as he spurns a golden chance. With all the opportunities we were getting though, that first goal was coming, and just before the break, we did break the deadlock. Ollie Shaw was looking like our best player in the first half, storms down the left-hand side. He was involved in all of our attacking moves in the first half, rolls it across, and there he is, that man once again. Daniel Kurzweg, an emerging star in this Leverkusen team. The AI manager didn't want to use him, but I certainly do. I see his potential. He makes it 1-0, and a few minutes later, 1-0 became 2-0. And don't adjust your screen. Don't refresh the video. This actually happened. We scored a goal from a corner. We scored a goal from a corner. Our first in about 2 years. Diego whips it into the middle, and Leandro, the Brazilian boy, 6'6", we signed him for his aerial presence, gets his first goal for his new club as he beats 2 Mönchengladbach men in the air, heads it home past Paolo Gazzaniga. Our first goal from a corner in, again, about 2 seasons. So Mönchengladbach 0, Leverkusen 2, 2 quick goals in 4 minutes, and it should have been 3 quick goals in 4 minutes. Another great save by Paolo Gazzaniga, who, to be fair, if it wasn't for him, would have seen a cricket score at half-time. He was just on fire in the first half. Great save there, preventing Jonathan David from getting a debut goal, and from the follow-up corner, the header goes wide. So 2-0 to score at half-time, but we had so many chances in the first half, and I must say as well, you know, sometimes this season our creativity has been pretty poor. We haven't had that many chances, but in this game, both David and Rodrigo were playing well, and we were getting loads of opportunities. We should have been leading by more than 2 in this game. Mönchengladbach had a chance to get back in the game, but Luna made a great save, and with 15 minutes to go, a chance to make it 3. David storms down the right, rolls it across, but again, it's Paolo Gazzaniga preventing Ivan Toney and frustrating the shocker. And if there's one goalkeeper that I don't mind stopping Toney from getting a goal, it's Paolo Gazzaniga. We'll always love you, Paolo, even when you're playing against us. But 2-0 the final score. If it wasn't for the Argentine, we would have won this game by about 5 or 6 goals. He was just on fire in this match, making save after save after save. I definitely sent him a glass of champagne after the game, no doubt about it, as Leandro gets the bottle. But 2-0 the final score, we are back into the top 4, and as you can see, with 15 games to go, we're still only 4 points off Bayern Munich. Kai Havertz might have gone, but our treble dreams certainly haven't. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys, so big thank you. Fortunately, we have enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed today's thrilling episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon, featuring the DFB Pokal quarterfinal and transfer deadline day, where there's still a lot of money remaining in our budget very soon.